This first live. And you see that fabulous lady there? Look on her proper people. You have heard me mention a name, Racquel, from time to time on previous blogs. Those of you who subscribe to the channel and who view it, and it's not always in reference to my eyebrows that I mention this fabulous lady's name. Well, guys, hear what happened now. She's not in Ghana as yet, but continent of Africa, people. Destination. So I'm going to run straight into this right now. Let me introduce you. And Racquel officially welcome you to the Highness channel. How are you doing?
I am good, thank you. Happy.
Good having you on, finally. Guys, let me give a little background on Racquel. I met her back in 2000 and around 2008 or 2009. And I wanted to get this permanent eyebrows done. And I was referred to her. And so that's where the journey in getting permanent eyebrows, permanent cosmetics done quite some time. So it's not a novelty knowing a Racquel Jenkins. So fast forward here now, we're talking what, over 16 years, I think it would be, yeah? And so, guys, Racquel, we have had a relationship where, you know, it started out where I was one of her clients and we just clicked. And we communicate ever so often. We lost contact and we have been back on street. So let's hear from the lady now. This is officially her one, right? And you know the usual. We start Racquel. You tune into my channel. You keep up with what is going on, and so we have to give our audience as much information as we can without violation. So let's start and let them know, where were you born?
As so? Born ready. Yes, Jamaica.
Kingston, Jamaica. Racquel, introduce your profile, your full profile to my audience, please. A lot has happened over the years. You know, a lot, you know, between 2009 to 2025. Let the audience know who Racquel Jenkins is.
Well, I'm an artist. I'm Racquel. I'm supposed to be an engineer by profession. I diverted into the fashion and industry. Something Diane did say earlier that we met because when I went back to Jamaica having school overseas, yeah, I came back to Jamaica and started business in Jamaica. Uh, something new to our portfolio. So based on RacquelJ, makeup artist, I am also makeup having my own brand. Has always been one of my inspiring my own brand. I have this on Hollywood, New York. So I've had a career in makeup industry because you know that it matters from start to finish. It doesn't matter where you are in the world, your image plays an important. You meet people, not but ensuring that you're always looking the best all the time. And my I love I love what I like to men, I like to young make them growing myself. And that's pretty much the girl like God I love.
So Racquel, your journey started in Jamaica, from Jamaica, because you left Jamaica back, you go to the West, you know,
Yes,
work there, return to Jamaica, another continent. So take us through
so my journey,
your professional career.
my career started with working with Ebony Magazine in the beauty industry. So Ebony Magazine was the um, opening door entering into the. Uh, I was with Ebony Magazine for quite a while. So Ebony at the time still be as they carry out our product, which is you dark and lovely. I was one of the dark and lovely girls for the year travel with Ebony Magazine, trying to get those products into the island, and that's how I entered into the industry and saw the gap. So my started with Ebony. I do beauty led me to going to school because I know these days a YouTube world where you can learn everything on YouTube. I like to get my certificate and know that I'm fully qualified to do what I that kind of I want to go that that happened and transitioned a lot of different areas in my life. So Jamaica was jumping uh, I moved on to the West, working with New York. And then when my mom passed, I did um, our beauty collection, making our own products and having our own beauty collection. And and now I'm here on the continent. So that, I'm now in South Africa and making, still being Jamaican, still owning to my and that's pretty much it.
What year did you start? What year did you get into
You
fashion cosmetics?
put it this way. I grew up in fashion because my mom was a designer, but I got into it on a professional scale as 2000, on a professional.
Sorry, what year? I didn't get that.
It is early 2000. I can't remember.
Okay.
It's early 2000.
Mhm.
I started doing it professionally and going to because and it's important to get I like to get stuff right the first time. I don't want to get it right the first. I think I started in 2000 and I kept going, continuing, and I try as I can to ensure I I get- yeah.
So you have 24 plus years experience
Whoa, really?
in your field.
Oh, it seems.
Yeah.
Oh,
What,
damn.
early 2000? Yeah. Yeah. We say, okay, we can safely say you have over 23 years experience in the field.
Damn, that's a
You're
long
not a novice.
time. Well,
You're not a apprentice.
no, I'm not. Oh, definitely not. No, no, I'm not at all.
Okay. Your brand, right? Brand of cosmetics. When did you launch that? Tell us a little bit about that, the name of it. What is it that you have on offer?
I think we launched that. I think we launched our brand officially in New York. Think maybe 2013 or maybe late, maybe 2012. I think I can't remember. So it was mid 2013 or maybe 20 by Racquel J. The word came from had a dream called "Men Oh, Men Need to Be There." The story behind why people tend to wanna uh, they wanna trick whether it be lacking on with a look on their body or whatever. And I'm saying be bold. So the word to every age group, whether man, woman, whoever, spreads that. So the word bold by Racquel J with sounds have a story behind it. So it's bold white, lipstick, lip glosses, have a collection bold. Yeah, so it's lipsticks and lip glosses. And
I have on your lipstick, by the way.
on that, yes, I can see. Yes, yes. I always wear lipstick. Yes. Um, yeah, so that's pretty much it.
So, um, Racquel J. Bold, you launched that back in 2012, 2013. So we're talking 12 years, almost 12 years. Your
Yeah.
brand is out there. Yes. Um, where can they get your cosmetics, the global space?
The global space. Well, we're on Amazon in the US. It's, straight across the Caribbean islands, so we're there on Amazon. So we're pretty much have spread. So have a location, but primarily we're on Amazon.
You're breaking up a little bit, Racquel. Speak a little louder for me, please.
I said that we are on Amazon in the US, and we're also on in South Africa, and we have locations that sells the products. Or we even have our ourselves, and that's no code number pivot and see what's the best way to do it. And online is the name of the game now. Everybody is going online. People like online shop.
Yeah,
So we're here
yeah.
present on Amazon West and Amazon in, uh, in South Africa. And we have two locations, Jamaica, Totally Nail Spa in Cape and in Makeup World.
So, Racquel, your line of work, fashion, beauty. Uh, when you left Jamaica, because I know you did a back and forth from Jamaica and the West is US of A. How, what's the longest you lived in the US of A, doing your trade?
A pretty good while, been a while. Been a journey, it's been long. I keep going back and I'm always booked to work to different places. So having that in terms of you can travel anywhere based on what I do, where I can do a
Yeah.
wedding anywhere, I can go work a movie set anywhere, go do a music. So let me that luxury able to go back. I've been for I don't remember the dates because I like dates, but it has been a really good journey, and I think anybody who wants business, I'm not sure about now how things are really different now, but when I started, really a good to be in the business, really a good and doing what you love to do and make it your hobby. Yeah, HOBHU.
Raquel, why Africa? How did that come into being? Why the continent of Africa?
Well, it's so funny that Diane is Diane, uh, a part of that journey. Oracle have been into Ghana, she's been on the continent, and that kind of my as well to say, you know what, let me look at the continent. But really coming to South Africa was none of my I can't any credit being here is my so my Amazon was there. And I said, really? And I came to South Africa. I had no clue where I was going with hotels at the time. Ask why Africa is that you're following the money, you're following your like or can have a foundation as we're using sort of as our base. It's permanent and not just continent. It's so massive. There's there's so much more that can add to the South Africa. Came here for the first time last year, fell in love, and it's, I mean, the
How
country,
did you choose? How did you choose destination South Africa?
based on Amazon, based on where the business is for me.
Ah,
For me,
yes.
and this is how I make my living in terms of doing my makeup art history, in terms of selling products. That's business. And basically in South Africa, uh, selling it at the first time, like last, as I fell in love. Once the plane landed at the airport and I started to walk to the airport, I felt like singing, like, oh, finally I'm in Africa and I'm in South Africa. It felt, and once I stepped outside of the airport, it was just like I felt like I've been before. Beauty. It just felt like this is
And you arrived solo. So the very first time you touched down
solo.
in South Africa was a couple of months ago in 2024.
In 2024, yeah, solo. Didn't know anyone.
Solo. There you go. Guys, Racquel was one of the few persons that actually was with me at my pad on the eve of my
Leaving.
departure to
Yeah.
Ghana. In fact, I think you left along with a couple other friends after midnight, and
Yeah.
it was let's just say the eve of Diana's departure
Was a
was chaotic,
chaotic,
dramatic,
very dramatic,
hilarious,
very,
traumatic,
very.
and and we closed out with serious prayers in the end. And so again, you really was a part of the entire mania under the circumstances heading out into the unknown. So I am glad that you're on the continent. Yeah, why are you shaking it so, Racquel? What happened? Why are you shaking it so far?
The unknown for people, it's hard for us to transition and accept change and to go no one when you went when you want to take. And I feel like it's not a it wasn't a loss, neither for my I'm not permanent. I'm in the transition of doing so. And you you ask yourself, who you want to be. People would ask, what do you like? Never you know,
Speak a little louder, Racquel, please. Can't hear you.
I never saw myself in South Africa. Someone,
Ah,
where would you be? I would probably be in the US, but
yeah.
I would myself here, right in Africa, and people need to change their mindset of what they think
Mm,
is or what Africa
mm.
is believing. I've not been done. I've Dan shared her story, and when I got to our university, asked me, our life is out here, but it's so different that it's such a
Mm.
mind blowing.
You have to you have to experience it to feel it to fully grasp
Yes,
what we actually say.
yeah,
It's not even comparable. Well, while it's comparable on some levels, on a deeper thing when you're talking to each individual and what you go through emotionally, spiritually, and otherwise. Yeah, you have to experience it to feel it. But
yes,
Racquel, it's a bold move. Your brand is bold. And what is even bolder for me is you shared with me and share with the audience that the Jamaican diaspora in South Africa, you say it's a very small one. Number one, it's a small one. And number two, Guys, Racquel says there is no Jamaican business in South Africa.
No, we don't.
None. Not
No.
even if a Jamaican take away with the food. And so, Racquel, you're one of the what you have up your sleeves is literally to start business.
Yeah.
Right? You want to have a store right there in South Africa. So it would mean that you would be the first Jamaican from the diaspora, obviously. That's going to set up business in South Africa, a country that I believe the population is what? Is over 40 million or 50 million. All I know is that it's bigger than Ghana. Ghana rests at 34 plus million. I think that is bold, and exciting. Talk to me about that. How you got all that information? Where's the source of information coming from? Who have you connected with on that level?
From the people, this vision is coming from that. You know, we don't have like, you know, that Jamaicans are everywhere, and there are Jamaicans in South Africa, but there is no one. There's no. You have a. You know, you'd probably go to Ghana or you'd go to somewhere you'd see so a Jamaican, a patty shop, like we'd have like a patty
Yeah.
store, nothing like that. We have nothing here. We have no jerk chicken, none of that. No Jamaican business here in South Africa, and yeah, so old mo- I feel I'm making the right steps. Hardly. Uh, People think that yeah, a dollar is a dollar for me, you know, but and trying to move, opening in a store, starting your business, so it's really I I have fear, don't have any fear because I know what I'm doing. I understand the makeup, the and I understand what I have to offer here in South Africa.
Yeah.
Not just coming here to make money, but just coming here also to give back. You know, I've done my giving. I've
You're
done my
adding value. You're adding value. When we come this part of the thing, we're coming on a continent and we are adding value in whatever,
yeah,
shape or form.
yeah.
It's value on either way. You're an entrepreneur, you're looking at a business, but in the same way, you're adding value.
It's the most important thing for
It's
me, the value adding. You know, you can go into someone else's country, but what are you going to be there doing? You know, I've I've and working. I've not even ventured to go to safari. I've not ventured to do any excursion because for me it's all work for now. And I'm gonna be living here. Safari will always be here. I'll always
yes.
go. So there is no rush in get my business, everything else. You know, having you said it, I didn't even realize how important it is just being here to open business and what we have in South Africa.
You're doing your boots on the ground. And I think it's pretty much like when I arrived there, and I'm still doing it. Once you have decided that you're going to be in the country of your choice on the continent of Africa, and you're looking at yourself and you say, listen, let me see what this is going to be year one or year two. You have enough time
Yes,
to go
yes.
and look
Oh,
at the
yeah.
sites and all of that because you're not in and then going out. You want to be able to get yourself grounded. You want to familiarize yourself. You want to know the system and and all of that. How long have you been in South Africa now? Is what, a month or 2 months now?
Roughly about two.
About
Yeah.
2 months. What would you say, Racquel? 2025, and I speak to momentum sometimes, sometimes there is a high and there is a low. But right here now in 2025, it doesn't matter what's going on in the global space, what would you say to someone who they were probably thinking about making the move to somewhere on the continent of Africa 2, 3, 4 years ago? They pause. What message do you have right now? What's the charge that you will send out
Say
to the
just do it.
diaspora, all the diaspora?
I would say just do it. You know, do your research. Researching is very, very important. Uh, Intensive research. My son consistently is still researching South Africa. But he doesn't listen to any other news about South African news. So it's something that you're going to have to do. I can only tell you about my has good thus far. And I can't force you, as I said. You can bring the horse to the water, horse to drink. But my thing is, you're looking for somewhere to do your the country is full of so offer, and you can afford to do it. You start your saving, you start doing research. Again, research might like you might not. You might like Ghana. So everybody tastes very, but I chose South Africa based on business and based on coming here for the first time. I just fell in love instantly. And I have been having good experience. If you're gonna make that move when you're inside, I think no is the time. No,
Hmm?
it is it is just no. The time is just no. But again, make sure ensure that you do
Yes.
research. Uh, at the different places on the continent. You look at Ghana, you look at Kenya, you look at Ethiopia, you look at look at where you think you'd like to live. Your intensive research. Look at the housing market and see what you can afford. You know, what are the things that I think you should really look at? All, yes, I saw you got disconnected, but you're back on. I'm just saying, you know, they just need to look at and on the YouTube channels like Diane, look at Diane, and they take inspiration. And Ghana, fall in love, they back and come. Same thing with South Africa. You look at what to offer, whatever takes your
Yeah.
research. Research is very important. Don't just take our word for it because we are on the continent. Dan is in Ghana, South Africa. It's two different countries. We operate different ways. Again, you have to choose one. I chose Africa because of business, and I fell in love like instantly. And I'm still getting other countries under just expand. I'm not hearing you, Diane.
Wrapping up. Are you hearing me now, Raquel? You can hear
Yes,
me
I'm
now?
hearing you now. Yes.
Okay. We had some pauses along the way, guys. Sorry about that. But Raquel, in wrapping up, I mean, to your point, the continent is waiting. Yeah, Africa awaits.
Uh-huh.
And so it, come and take a peek, guys. Come and take a peek. That's all we're saying. And before you know it, you literally arrive where it is you may want to go. Raquel, in wrapping up, I want you to just share briefly cost. The cost in South Africa, i.e., like food, accommodation in comparison to Jamaica. What would you say? Because also you're fresh, Jamaica fresh like myself. The fresher in Jamaica than me, but I keep up with what's going on cost wise. What would you say about the cost, South Africa versus Jamaica?
South Africa is very cost effective. Uh, Simply just cost effective. You get bang for your
Good.
um I don't anything cheap. I cost effective. So it all depends on where you see you'll see bang for your buck. Someone is using our internet, but have no control internet to do anything. It's just the internet provider. We just have to work with what we
Yeah.
yeah. So pretty much South Africa is very um I'm not a big foodie. vegetarian pescatarian, and I it's really cost effective in comparison to Jamaica. It's super expensive, and people in Jamaica will Jamaica is like a little Miami, very expensive.
Mm,
You know
mm-hmm.
what I could get for a Jamaica, I can through here. So a one meal, a 5-star meal in Jamaica can give me a feeding for five of us or four of us in South Africa. So that's the difference. So the value that you get than Jamaica, than the on the West, I'm here not anything, everything in South Africa that you need. Uh, not short anything here. Uh, crime is everywhere. Let us not be hypocritical.
Yeah, yeah.
Crime is straight across the board everywhere. You just have to be cognizant of the fact of where you are. And I'm very vigilant. I've traveled and I'm aware of my surroundings. I'm not stupid. I have my thing bag or carry it with pocket it. So when people talk about, oh, there's so much crime in South Africa, I said, shut up. Zip. Crime is everywhere. Zip it. Oh, crime, zip it. So, like, we're gonna hear, like, gonna say, what about load shedding is getting better. It has gotten better over the years. So I have been here. I've experienced it like once, and here means you have power. I've only generated think Indians have power. We don't have water. Maybe go do your. These are very bougie. They love content is irritating, and that's why I go to Ghana because Ghana is also cost effective. We want to go to Kenya. Kenya is so high tech. Let me just tell you, very high. So stop having the whole their Africa. Right, go do. It's time, people. Time to jump on and read because there's so much to learn about you know development of these countries. I'm in Sudan and Uganda. Whenever the African news, there's that's going,
Mm-hmm.
and yes, there it's just the truth. We all
Mm-hmm.
can. There's gonna be some rich and there's gonna be some poor. There's gonna be some in between.
Yeah, yeah.
No choose.
Mm-hmm.
I'd recommend I'd recommend South Africa because that's where she at. We're
Well,
having
Racquel, you're there. Yeah.
yes,
I'm in Ghana. The bottom line is once we, if we can connect
that's it.
with our diaspora, the Jamaican diaspora in any country on the continent of Africa, it is a wonderful thing and we can share. Yes?
Yeah.
And as my saying, to each his own. The bottom line is, we were born in a small island far, 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 far away. And to actually be on the continent,
A big
yeah,
deal.
over 1.2 billion. That is an achievement in itself. And we are welcoming others to just come on. And as you said, take a look. Racquel, share with the audience where they can find you because you have your YouTube channel. Please blast that
I
for
have
me.
YouTube, RacquelJ, our both by RacquelJ, Racquel Gold. I interact with my social media page. So it's YouTube, RacquelJ in South Africa, by RacquelJ on Instagram, and on all platforms. Just bold by RacquelJ. But on my YouTube channel in South Africa.
Wonderful. Guys, I hope you can hear this. It's the first time I'm doing a live, so I hope you can hear Racquel clearly and hear myself clearly. That's it, my girl. Anything else you want to you closing out? Anybody want to shout out to?
I just want to say, thanks to the diaspora here in South Africa, thanks to the High Commissioner of Jamaica here, they have been a very inspirational role for me, and has been here, here, and getting the business streamlined here as well. So I have to give shout out to, the High Commissioner. Has been really a blessing. The entire team and the diaspora here has been amazing. They have treated you well. They know that you're here. Up to you and South African, Zimbabwe friends, Kenyan friends, they have been blessed. And my friends from France have been and whatever to go back to France, they have also helpful. And
Wonderful. That's what it's all about, Racquel. When we chat, we're chartering or heading into uncharted waters, it means stepping out of the known into the unknown. And stepping into the unknown means that you're going to meet and interact with persons who may not necessarily be from your culture, right? And that's how we truly learn of each other. You know, we're not on the myopic route in life at all. Life is short as it is. And so if you can expand your circle of influence and develop friendships, yes, whether business wise, socially, or otherwise, with persons of, across the globe, then it is a big proponent of that. And so I am well pleased. I'm just glad you're here on the continent, right? Everything else will work itself out. And if South Africa will be your base, I think, yes, it's a bold move setting up the business. I want you to open up that thing quick o'clock because, the brand that I'm independent distributor of is live in South Africa and doing very well. And
yeah,
so, as I've mentioned to you, uh, that is something that will be, very exciting
yes,
to get a foothold. Because in business, yeah, it's your basis is here, but then you expand globally.
that
And what you need is to know somebody where you would like to expand. So we can't limit ourselves. So I'm glad in South Africa, must be, because there's a my brand. Darling, good having you on. Hope to see you in the flesh
soon,
in the very near future,
soon.
right? You're closer to me now
Yes, I'm so
than
close.
before.
Yes,
Ah, yeah. So all things are possible, but it is much more possible now because you're deep on the continent. And I am pleased and I am glad. So, guys, on this Sunday. I hope you enjoyed this little treat. As I said, the first live with Racquel Jenkins. Um, and I hope it's clear. We'll test this out and ensure. Anything else? You want to say something?
no, I was just hoping that it's nice and clear, that they can hear clear, clearly.
Yeah, I hope so too. So, guys, you know the usual. Like, share, subscribe not only to Danny's channel, subscribe to Racquel Jenkins' channel, and go on Amazon and check out our products. You want the lipstick that I have on? You can, gentlemen, you can get it for your ladies. Ladies, you get it for yourself, right? Just give Racquel a peek, a look in. All right, darling, we'll talk.
To talk. Yes. Have a
Medasi, Medasi is thank you in Ghana, in Tree. What is thank you in South Africa? You know, in South African terms, what is thank you?
I know Sorbeno, Sobono. I'm
Lord, that's a lot.
I'm
See?
still
I can't.
learning. I'm learning. Yeah,
Good on you, darling. Another thing before we go. What's the weather like in South Africa?
oh, it's winter now. Winter.
Winter.
It's winter, like seriously winter. People
Like
never.
what? You make them Fahrenheit, what? 60, 50, what we're talking? How cold it gets? How cold
Days
is it here now?
were at 11 yesterday. In uh today, so we were at 11 yesterday. Today's cold, but last week was really cold. We are in
Um,
winter right now. Yes,
okay, well, I see you have on your jacket and stuff. Well, in Ghana, no, it's much cooler, a little bit cooler because it's rainy season. But
oh,
certainly we're not touching temperatures like what you are experiencing there in South Africa. So guys, South Africa, on the continent, yes, cold, winter,
cold.
right? Ghana doesn't have winter. So, I talk about being nippy in the past. I'm glad that it's rainy season now because it's getting a bit cooler. But I'll be freezing in South Africa. Those temperatures I will have to get so back out the winter coat. All right. So guys, once again, as I said, share, like, subscribe to my channel, Racquel's channel.
Yes, guys.
God bless.
God bless.
Okay, Racquel.
All right, bye. Bye, guys.